Today, we gather in a heartfelt space to honor and remember those we've recently lost, along with others who touched countless lives through their journeys. On this November 7th, 2025, we pause to reflect on their contributions, celebrate their legacies, and hold their memories close with respect. We'll also bring you updates on WWE stars facing personal challenges that have deeply moved fans worldwide. Subscribe now and stay connected as we continue to keep their stories alive. Adrian Adonis, born Keith Franca on September 15, 1954, was an American professional wrestler remembered for his talent, charisma, and bold personality. He began his wrestling career in the 1970s, first making a name for himself as a tough, leather-clad biker type who wasn't afraid to brawl. This gritty persona helped him rise through the ranks in the American Wrestling Association, AWA, and later in what is now known as WWE. By the mid-1980s, Adonis completely reinvented himself, debuting his famous, adorable Adrian Adonis character. With bleached blonde hair, flashy outfits, and an over-the-top attitude, he broke away from the traditional mold of what a wrestler was expected to be. As a flamboyant villain, he knew exactly how to rile up the crowd and draw emotion from fans. His feud with Roddy Piper, highlighted by their wild confrontations on Piper's Pit, became one of WWE's most talked-about rivalries and led to their unforgettable clash at WrestleMania 3 in 1987. Sadly, Adonis's life and career ended far too soon when he died in a car accident in Newfoundland at just 33 years old. Though his time in the spotlight was brief, Adrian Adonis left a lasting legacy, remembered not only for his in-ring skill, but for his courage to be different and his lasting influence on wrestling entertainment. Randy Macho Man Savage, born Randall Mario Poffo on November 15, 1952 in Columbus, Ohio, was one of the most electrifying and unforgettable personalities in professional wrestling. With his wild energy, colorful outfits, and signature raspy "oh yeah" catchphrase, Savage became a true icon of the 1980s and 1990s wrestling scene. He started wrestling in the late 1970s, but it was his time in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, that made him a superstar, a two-time World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion. Savage captivated fans with his intensity and passion, both in and out of the ring. His legendary rivalry with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, especially their classic match at WrestleMania 3, is still hailed as one of the greatest bouts in wrestling history. Later, in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, he continued to shine and remained one of the industry's biggest draws throughout the 1990s. Tragically, on May 20, 2011, Randy Savage passed away at age 58 after suffering a heart attack while driving. His sudden death stunned fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Though gone, his legacy lives on through his unforgettable promos, iconic style, and the countless performers he inspired. Randy Macho Man Savage wasn't just a wrestler. He was a larger-than-life showman whose charisma and passion helped shape the golden era of professional wrestling. Shad Gaspard, born January 13, 1981, was an American professional wrestler, actor, and model, best remembered for his time in WWE as one half of the popular tag team Crime Time. He began his wrestling career in the early 2000s, working in independent promotions before signing with WWE in 2006. Alongside his tag team partner JTG, Shad quickly became a fan favorite. The duo's entertaining personalities, humor, and connection to hip-hop culture made them stand out, and their comedic skits and energetic matches left a lasting impression on fans. Beyond wrestling, Shad was a talented actor and appeared in several films and television shows, including Get Hard and The Wrestler. He was also passionate about fitness and living a healthy lifestyle, inspiring others with his dedication and positivity both inside and outside the ring. Tragically, Chad's life came to a heroic end in May 2020. While swimming with his son at a California beach, they were caught in a strong rip current. In a selfless act of love, Chad directed rescuers to save his son first. Moments later, he was pulled under by the waves and lost at sea. His body was recovered days later, and the world mourned his passing. Chad Gaspard's legacy lives on through his bravery, kindness, and the joy he brought to fans. Remembered as both a hero and a beloved entertainer, his story continues to inspire people around the world. China, born Joan Marie Laurere on December 27, 1969, was a trailblazing American professional wrestler, actress, and bodybuilder who changed the landscape of sports entertainment. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall with an unmatched combination of strength and confidence, she shattered barriers in the male-dominated world of wrestling. Known to fans as the ninth wonder of the world, China rose to fame in the late 1990s as one of the defining stars of WWE's electrifying Attitude Era. With her powerful presence and undeniable charisma, she faced off against top names like Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho, proving that women could go toe-to-toe with men in the ring. Her accomplishments were groundbreaking. She became the first woman ever to win the Intercontinental Championship and also held the Women's Championship, cementing her place in wrestling history. Beyond wrestling, China explored acting and reality television, appearing in The Surreal Life and Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. While she achieved great fame, her life was also marked by personal struggles, including battles with addiction, which affected her later years. China passed away at 46, leaving behind a complex but powerful legacy. She remains an icon who opened doors for women in professional wrestling, an inspiration for those who dare to be different, defy expectations, and fight for their place in history. William Scott Goldberg, known across the world simply as Bill Goldberg, was born on December 27, 1966, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Jed and Ethel Goldberg. His parents instilled in him the timeless values of discipline, integrity, and perseverance, which became the foundation of his entire life and career. Growing up in a family that valued hard work and personal responsibility, young Goldberg developed a strong sense of purpose and self-discipline from an early age. He was naturally drawn to physical activity, showing remarkable coordination, speed, and strength that made him stand out among his peers. Yet, his childhood was not just about athletic promise. It was about developing character and emotional resilience. He learned that success wasn't something handed out, but earned through relentless effort and focus. Goldberg's early years shaped a young man who was not only physically gifted, but also mentally tough, understanding that personal growth came from overcoming difficulty. The lessons of discipline and perseverance he learned at home translated directly into his approach to sports, school, and eventually, his professional life. Even as a teenager, he demonstrated a rare maturity, aware that the body could be pushed to great heights only through consistent care and respect. This early awareness of both his potential and his physical limits would later become central to his professional wrestling philosophy and his lifelong attention to health, endurance, and recovery. The football years and the road to reinvention. Before Goldberg became a household name in professional wrestling, he pursued his first dream: football. He played as a powerful defensive lineman, known for his speed and physical dominance on the field. At the University of Georgia, he made a name for himself as a dedicated and determined athlete. earning respect from coaches and teammates alike. His college years were filled with grueling training sessions, tactical learning, and a deepening sense of discipline that would later define his wrestling persona. Though his football career was promising, fate had other plans. Goldberg's professional football journey was cut short by injuries, particularly to his abdomen and lower body, which forced him to confront a painful but transformative reality. His body, the very source of his strength, could also be his greatest vulnerability. The emotional and physical toll of these injuries was significant, and the transition away from football was not easy. Yet, this period became a turning point. Rather than surrendering to disappointment, Goldberg reinvented himself. He channeled the discipline and resilience he had built over the years into a new direction: professional wrestling. What could have been a moment of defeat instead became the foundation for one of the most powerful second acts in modern sports entertainment. This transition also marked the beginning of his lifelong focus on managing physical health, understanding the cost of intense performance, and learning how to protect the body that fueled his career. Dominance and discovery in WCW. When Goldberg entered World Championship Wrestling, WCW, he carried with him the power and explosiveness of a former football player and the hunger of a man with something to prove. He quickly became one of the most electrifying figures in professional wrestling, captivating audiences with his raw intensity, imposing physique, and unmatched energy. His undefeated streak in WCW became legendary, symbolizing not just athletic superiority, but an unshakable determination to rise above every challenge. Yet, behind the spectacle, Goldberg was learning valuable lessons about the business of wrestling and the toll it takes on the human body. The physical demands of wrestling were relentless. His matches involved explosive movements, high-impact collisions, and performances that pushed his joints, shoulders, and knees to their limits. The repetitive strain began to manifest in injuries that would quietly shape the course of his career. Goldberg's resilience was tested not just in the ring, but in recovery rooms, physical therapy sessions, and moments of quiet pain that few fans ever saw. Financially, WCW also taught him early lessons in the business side of sports entertainment. He began to understand the importance of financial planning, contract negotiations, and brand development, recognizing that wrestling, like any career, had peaks and valleys. He was not only performing for the audience, but also managing his future. The combination of fame, physical strain, and strategic thinking during his WCW years molded Goldberg into a complete professional, an athlete who understood that strength alone could not sustain a legacy without foresight, discipline, and care. The physical toll and health awareness. As Goldberg's career advanced, the long-term effects of years in high-impact sports began to surface more clearly. His left shoulder, which had endured countless slams and strains, became a recurring concern, as did his knees, both crucial to his powerful in-ring movements. He also suffered a broken hand during his final match in July 2025 against Gunther, a symbolic end to a career built on physical dominance. These injuries were not isolated incidents, but reflections of decades of accumulated stress on his body. Yet, what makes Goldberg's journey remarkable is how he faced these challenges. Instead of allowing injuries to define him, he approached them as opportunities to teach others about the importance of health awareness and recovery in professional athletics. He became an advocate for physical maintenance, emphasizing the value of rest, proper rehabilitation, and preventative care. He adjusted his training routines, focusing more on joint mobility, muscle recovery, and overall wellness rather than sheer intensity. His mindset evolved from performance at all costs to sustainability for life. Goldberg's ability to balance pride in his physical prowess with humility about his body's limitations made him relatable and respected among fans and fellow athletes. He exemplified the truth that true strength is not only about power, but also about self-awareness, care, and adaptability. His health journey serves as a reminder that even the strongest among us must honor the body that carries us forward. Financial wisdom and life beyond the ring. Throughout his wrestling career, Goldberg displayed not only physical might, but also rare financial wisdom. He understood early on that the wrestling business, though lucrative at its peak, was unpredictable. Income could vary dramatically depending on contracts, merchandise, appearances, and injuries. With this understanding, he made deliberate choices to secure long-term stability for himself and his family. Rather than living lavishly without foresight, Goldberg diversified his investments and managed his finances carefully. He explored business opportunities, television appearances, and sponsorships that aligned with his personal brand. His approach reflected an athlete who saw beyond the immediacy of fame and focused on sustainability. Even as he stepped away from regular competition, Goldberg ensured that his post-retirement life would remain fulfilling and secure. Financial planning for him was an extension of discipline, another form of self-care. It allowed him to support his family comfortably, while continuing to engage with fans through media and mentorship, without the financial pressure to return to physically taxing matches. His story offers valuable insight into the financial realities of professional sports, showing how careful planning can protect athletes from the financial hardships that often follow retirement. Goldberg's balanced approach between ambition and responsibility stands as a model for younger athletes navigating the complexities of fame and finance. Family, balance, and personal fulfillment. Beyond the roar of arenas and the glare of cameras, Goldberg's true grounding force has always been his family. His marriage to Wanda Ferreton, whom he wed in 2005, brought a deep sense of stability and partnership to his life. Together they have a son, Gage A.J. Goldberg, who has been a central source of motivation and pride. Family, for Goldberg, represents more than comfort. It represents purpose. His loved ones provided the emotional support that balanced the pressures of public life and the physical demands of his career. They helped him stay centered through injuries, transitions, and the inevitable challenges that come with fame. As his wrestling schedule became less demanding, Goldberg dedicated more time to his family, finding joy in fatherhood and personal connection. His experiences reflect a broader understanding that true success extends beyond trophies and titles. It lies in nurturing meaningful relationships and maintaining emotional health. He often emphasizes the importance of balance, recognizing that mental well-being is as vital as physical strength. The stability he found at home allowed him to make wiser decisions professionally, particularly regarding his health and retirement, showing that love and support are integral to lasting fulfillment. His family's influence not only shaped his priorities, but also redefined his understanding of legacy, moving from domination in the ring to guidance, mentorship, and personal growth outside of it. Legacy, influence, and continued relevance. Goldberg's impact on wrestling and sports culture is both profound and enduring. He represents more than just a dominant in-ring performer. He symbolizes discipline, determination, and resilience. His meteoric rise in WCW, his successful transition to WWE, and his thoughtful retirement reflect a career built on adaptability and strategic planning. Yet, what truly sets Goldberg apart is his ability to evolve. Even after stepping away from full-time competition, he remains an influential figure, appearing in documentaries, interviews, and special events that celebrate his contributions to the sport. His message has shifted from power and aggression to wisdom and reflection, inspiring athletes to think long-term about health, finances, and life balance. Goldberg's openness about his physical challenges has helped destigmatize discussions about injury and recovery, reminding fans that vulnerability is not weakness, but strength in truth. His legacy is not confined to the wrestling ring. It extends to the lives he has influenced through his example of resilience and integrity. He stands as proof that greatness is not defined by invincibility, but by the ability to rise, rebuild, and continue inspiring others despite the scars of the journey. Conclusion: the man beyond the myth. William Scott Goldberg's life story is one of strength, intelligence, and humanity. A journey that transcends sport to touch on universal themes of perseverance, health, and balance. From his early days in Tulsa, where discipline was instilled by his parents, to his record-breaking streaks in WCW and his global fame in WWE, every chapter reflects a man who gave everything to his craft. Yet, perhaps his greatest achievement lies not in championships or accolades, but in the wisdom gained through experience. Chronic injuries, including shoulder and knee issues, and the broken hand sustained during his final match, serve as reminders of the price of greatness. Financial prudence ensured stability where many athletes falter, and his unwavering commitment to family brought meaning beyond fame. Goldberg's story is one of evolution, a transformation from athlete to icon, from warrior to mentor, from performer to person. He embodies the belief that true power lies in balance, between ambition and health, between success and humility, between the body's limits and the soul's endurance. His legacy endures not just in the ring, but in the inspiration he provides to anyone striving to live fully, work passionately, and age wisely. In every sense, Goldberg's journey reflects the art of strength, not just in muscle, but in mind, spirit, and heart.